It's great to see everybody here today. Thank you for coming. We've got a great lineup of different people from different countries. I just thought I'd talk a little bit about when DPAC started up and about some of the stuff that we do that you might not hear much about. Some of the stuff that we do kind of that goes under the radar, that doesn't make headlines like Wednesday's demo did. So when DPAC was set up in 2010, we were told we were scaremongering, and we were told the governments wouldn't attack disabled people, and we were told that by protesting we'd be showing disabled people in a bad light, and that we'd lose sympathy from the public. Disabled people would lose sympathy from the public by protesting. But of course it wasn't protesting that lost disabled people's sympathy, if you like. It was an insidious media campaign which had been going since 2010 by the coalition and by the Tory government after that. If anything, protesting has allowed people to see the brutality of what's happening to disabled people by this government and by the previous government. And more recently, public attitudes are changing back in our favour. They're moving away from this scrounge rhetoric. There's been a lot of backlash against that. So things are changing, and I think protesting and I think DPAC have helped to change that. So just a couple of words about the under the radar stuff that we do. So everybody knows about the demos and bringing people together. But we also do research work. We push for legal action and legal support for people. We do freedom of information requests, check statistics, and make sure that we have the facts and the experiences of what's happening to people. And we get, I think, it's about 300 emails a day from people who are having problems with the DWP and so on. So we're constantly having the stream of information and horror, basically, of what's going on. And DPAC initiated the UN CRPD inquiry, which of course was the first ever country inquiry by the UN into grave and systematic violations of the human rights of disabled people. And last October, the UN committee, some of the committee, came to the UK and spoke to people across the UK about their experiences, which added to the information that we'd given them, the statistics and so on. And we really have to make sure that the government, the Tory government, the Westminster government, publish the report that comes from the UN CRPD. And not just Westminster government, we need to push the Scottish government, the Welsh and the Northern Ireland governments to make sure that that report is published, because it goes to Westminster, it's not going to any of the devolved parliaments for some bizarre reason. In February this year we did some research with the Public Interest Unit on disability and employment, which showed the ways that disabled people were being discriminated in employment and being discriminated more than they had been previously. So things are not getting better in employment, they're getting worse, despite the government rhetoric. And of course it's much harder to tackle discrimination now because it's much more difficult to take an employer to tribunal because of the cost of 2,500 or something to take an employer to tribunal. So it's more difficult, and of course employers know this and they get away with more. So it has a very negative effect. And I think 18 months ago, along with ROLFA, Reclaiming Our Futures Alliance, we did a draft shadow report for the UN CRPD. And this involved lots of disabled people contributing evidence, experiences, and writing up. But the show report was delayed, ironically, because of the inquiry. But that will be updated and will be submitted later this year. So that will be continued. So I just want to finish by saying that DPAC really works with lots of different groups. It's not just DPAC. It's about sharing information. It's about sharing outrage, sharing work, and sharing ideas and campaigns. And that's why today we've extended beyond the UK to share the day with some great people from Canada, Ireland, Germany, Greece, and Bulgaria, because we all want the same thing, and that's an end to oppression and for human rights for all of us. Yeah. So, welcome.
It's great to see everyone, and it's wonderful to have people willing to travel so far to be with us today, or to take their time on a weekend to join us by Skype. And it's been really interesting sort of talking to John and to guys from Greece about what's happening there. And it is dismal. I mean, we think we've got it back, but it is much worse there, and we must make sure that we don't end up in the same state, and also help them to change things, I think, in their countries.